If you're still suffering from hurricane damage as a result of our state's 2020 and 2021 storm seasons, an important deadline for relief is quickly approaching. The Restore Louisiana Homeowner Assistance Program is a federally funded program that provides grant funding to homeowners affected by hurricanes Laura, Delta, and Ida, as well as the May 2021 severe storms to help with home repair and reconstruction. But the first step towards seeing if you qualify is to complete the survey that must be submitted by August 1st. After surveys are submitted, program administrators will inspect the property and invite homeowners who meet program criteria to submit full applications. One Lake Charles homeowner has already seen the benefits from applying early.
It was worth doing everything because basically they did just about everything I asked and everything that needed to be done.
The program expanded the criteria for homeowners to qualify for assistance, lowering the FEMA-determined damage threshold to $3,000 and raising the allowable maximum of insurance proceeds received to $50,000. The survey can be completed online at restore.la.gov using a smartphone, tablet, or computer, or by calling the number you see on your screen there, 1-866-735-2001. Weekdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And homeowners in need of in-person assistance with the survey can visit our website for a full list of mobile support locations.